Shalom to the elect of Israel. Gotta give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. And a sincere salutation to all the Archon, pushing this truth toward the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Agwaf who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you with another lesson in truth, facts, edification. In truth, facts, and edification. Now, this is a short clip about some bugged out Jake women who did they ancestry, okay, DNA testing to find out which tribe they from. So, just a little clip to show you how bugged out our peoples is in 2018, the year of prophecy. This is December the 19th, 2018, man. And you still got Jake out here bugged out of their mind about being Africans. So I'm going to play this and get a couple precepts. So Lord's willing to be edifying.
Wakanda forever. Yes.
You're talking about Wakanda forever.
I love that. Great. That's awesome. Welcome back to Sister Circle Live. We are going back to our roots today here on Sister Circle. We're excited to partner with our friends at AfricanAncestry.com to trace our lineage back to the motherland.
A few weeks ago, we all took a sample DNA test and sent it in, and today we get the results.
Now, first off, they said back to the motherland. Okay? Africa is not the motherland, man. And I'm going to prove that.
Ooh, with us now is Dr. Gina Page, president of AfricanAncestry.com.
Thank you.
Wow. So thank you so much for being here. We're all very excited.
I saw you yesterday.
Yes.
Now I'm excited.
Yes. And it's always very emotional. It's going to be a very emotional time for each of us. But let's talk about the science. How are you able to trace our roots back to the motherland?
So when we got here, we lost everything.
Of course.
We lost our names, our languages, everything. We're the original victims of identity theft.
Yeah,
But
You gotta say it.
Okay? But we didn't.
Now, she said we lost our languages with an S. Man, everybody spoke Hebrew, man. Okay, all 12 tribes of Israel spoke Hebrew.
lose our DNA.
Right.
And so we can look at specific parts of your DNA, compare it to DNA in Africa among Africans, and determine matches.
Wow. Just like that.
Yeah, I'm really trying to find who I am because my mother, well, my mother's mother, my grandmother was white and black. Well, white and Creole, well, black. So I'm curious to know, like, we talk about a lot about African roots, but do you also find that a lot of people are?
Now, she said my mother's mother. Your DNA has nothing to do with your mother, man. Okay? That's first off. Let's deal with that. This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 11. Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And it reads, it says, and Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So he declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, man. Okay? This has nothing to do with your mother.
They have other types of background, like, you know, from different nationalities.
Yeah. So inherent in us being African American means we're mixed.
Yes.
None of us is 100% anything.
Right.
And so we do find that the average black person has African ancestry and European ancestry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Jenna,
Now, did you hear that? First off, they said no one is 100% anything. Well, that's a lie, man. You are what your father is. That makes you 100% everything. Then she said European descent, man. No one come from no Edomites, man. That show you the bugged out, the mind of our women's, man. Okay? Men too as well. Jake is bugged out of their mind, man.
Can you tell us really how is your test different? Because I've done this before. I want to just want to surprise you with that. So I really just want to see if they're going to add up and say the exact same thing. Now, what makes yours so different?
Ours is completely different. So the test that you took and that you see on television tells you how much African you have, how much European or Native American have. We already know that we're not 100% African.
Right.
What you guys want to know is where in Africa did I come from?
Yes.
Who are the people? What are the traditions and values and practices that make us who we are? And that's what AfricanAncestry.com does.
I love that.
And it tells how much too?
Yes.
No.
Oh, it doesn't tell how much.
We don't do that. We tell you who.
And the one that I did.
Now this was first off, I want to make this. We are no Africans, man. Okay? We are not Africans. We did not come from Africa, man. We are not Africans. We did not come from Africa. Now this is the Bible Dictionary, the Compact Bible Dictionary, and I'm going to the word Ham. And it reads, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons who lived through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Okay? We are not from the seed of Ham, man. We are from the seed of Shem. We are not Hamites, man. Okay? So that's the problem right here, too. We are not Hamites. And I'm going to read this. Because they said the motherland. This is Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26. And it reads, But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. It said Jerusalem, man. It said nothing about no Africa, man.
It did focus in on the percentage.
Right.
It really did.
Right. And the average black person, like I said, is 75% African, 25% European for an average.
Wow. So it's 90%.
So I get to go first.
Kiana goes first.
Yes.
Oh, God.
All right,
And the
Kiana.
results are in.
So we found something very interesting for you.
Of course you
Let's
did.
see the results.
Uh-oh.
So
Now, did you hear what she said? Most black people are 75% African, okay, and 25% European. Man, these women is bugged out of their mind, man. Even the woman, the doctor who did the DNA test, man.
you share ancestry. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You share ancestry with 2 countries, people living in 2 countries today. The first group is the Balanta people living in Guinea-Bissau today. And you know, the Balanta means those who resist. The Mende people...
Don't that explain everything about
The second...
Now, this is from Babylon to Timbuktu. This is page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Okay? So, that's how we got into Africa in the first place. We had to flee from Roman persecution. And to tell you that in Luke, man, the 21st chapter, okay? When Yahweh said, when you see Jerusalem come past with armies, flee to the mountains, man. We had to flee into Africa. We are not Africans, man. We are not from the sons of Ham, man. I just read to you who the sons of Ham is. The Ethiopians, the Egyptians, the Canaanites, and the Libyans, man. We are not Africans, man. We had to flee into Africa running from Roman persecution. Now, they bugged out of their mind, man.
The group that you share ancestry with was on the Amistad. The Mende people living in Sierra Leone today. So they weren't about captivity. They were about turning the ships around.
Yes.
And I know yesterday that you talked about the Gap-Tooth tribe. So I can't say that there is an official
Gap-Tooth
Gap-Tooth
tribe.
tribe.
These women is bugged out of their
We
mind,
do
man.
know from a very well-known academic, Sylvia Boone, that Mende women treasure the gap between the teeth. And it's considered a very high standard of beauty. So much so that they often
Split their teeth.
yeah, they revise their teeth to make the gap bigger.
Wow. That's deep.
You go over there, we're gonna have like 50 husbands.
These women bugged out of their mind. You hear what she said?
Don't worry about it.
That is awesome. That is. Okay. I heard it's my turn.
Yes,
My red
sunshine.
piano already.
Let's see your results.
All right, here we go.
So you share ancestry with the Fula people living in Guinea-Bissau today, who are also considered the Fulani. And the Fulani are nomadic people. So you'll find Fulani all across the continent of Africa, but the match we found specifically for you is in the country of Guinea-Bissau. And you know, the Fulani women are considered among the most beautiful in Africa, and they wear these gorgeous earrings. You've probably seen them. And the gold is a symbol of nobility. So nobility and beauty for you, sister.
Be noble and beautiful. Sounds not right.
These bugged out of their mind, man.
When we come back, it's Quan and Selena.
They bugged out of their mind, man. Okay? Bugged out of their mind, man. Now I'm gonna play this last one. These women bugged out of their mind, man. Now this chick here, she got a big disappointment, man, with her test.
I'm creating my Wix site.
Hey Naturalistas, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nia Hope, and if you're new here or you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. So this video is a little bit different from my other videos. It is not hair related, but it is about my African ancestry results. I just saw that my results came in the mail, and as soon as I saw this package, I legit, I lost my mind a little bit. I was on Instagram showing this off. It's clearly unopened because I wanted to show my live results here on YouTube. When I first got my ancestry kit, I got a little bit of information that I'm going to share with you guys really quick, just to share why I decided to use African ancestry DNA as opposed to 23andMe and ancestry DNA kits. So the difference, I have this little sheet that they sent me. So on here, African ancestry compared to ancestry.dna.com and 23andme.com is that their goal is to identify your present day African tribe of ancestry, whereas the other two, ancestry DNA only reveals a percentage of your ancestry, what percentage of your ancestry is African, and 23andMe only reveals what percentage of your ancestry is African. So you're getting something very precise with African ancestry. Like, I'm about to find out which tribe my people are from. Like, what? Another thing that I found really, really appealing about African ancestry is that my results can be shared by an entire family line. With both Ancestry DNA and 23andMe.com, they only can be shared with siblings that have the same two parents. So I can share these results with, and I'm going to go into this other pamphlet they sent me. I can share all of my results that I'm about to share with you guys right here. Oh my gosh. I can share it with my siblings, my sister's children, my mom.
This is Titus chapter 1, verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Listen, man, when you go into this ancestry.dna.com and this uh 23andMe, man, those all Jewish fables, man. This is created by the Edomites, the so-called Jews, okay? To deceive you, man. Romans 8 and 16 say, we bear witness with the spirit of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, that we are the sons of Yahweh, man. Okay? These are Jewish faiths, man. Listening and believing in these ancestral DNAs and 23andMe, man. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of power, man. That we are the children of Yahweh, man.
Siblings, my aunt's children, and my maternal grandmother. So there's two different types of tests you can take with African ancestry, which is the matriclan test and the patriclan test. The matriclan can be taken by both men and women. The patriclan is just taken by men. So I took the matriclan test, and what this does is traces the maternal ancestry by analyzing mitochondrial DNA, which men and women inherit exclusively from their mothers. You have the same DNA as your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, etc. for many generations. So the scientists compared my DNA to the African lineage database to determine my ancestry from 500 to 2,000 years ago. So this is a moment. The only other thing that I wanted to share before digging into this is that I have speculations that my ancestors are predominantly from Ghana. This is because I cannot tell you guys how many times people who are either from Ghana or their family is from Ghana and they're like first generation Americans have told me I look just like their sister, I look just like their cousin, I look just like their mom back home. And I'm like, for real, like, let me find out. So for a long time, like, I can't tell you guys how many times I've been told this. And so I've kind of internalized that and decided, yes,
She finna be disappointed, man.
I could be completely wrong.
And she said she want to do this
live. But I also low-key think
open
I'm
up
right.
her test
and
results.
I think that would be my highest percentage, but I also believe that I will have some ancestors from Nigeria. This is my personal speculation, and the only reason why I'm saying Nigeria is because historically, a lot of African Americans they know for a fact, their families were slaves, and obviously their ancestors were from West Africa. There's a high percentage of Nigerian in a lot of African Americans, and that's the only reason why I have that guess. But without further ado, I'm gonna dig into this. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna cry, like just be in shock. But oh my god, I'm just gonna open this up. I'm gonna try to do this neatly. Is there anything else in here? Ooh, let me not drop things. Okay, so the envelope is empty. I have this and this. So what do I do first? Welcome to the African Ancestry family. Oh god, I'm literally like shaking right now. Oh gosh. Okay, so what does it say? Oh my gosh. I feel like I can read because I feel like I'm shaking. It is with great pleasure. Oh my god. I can't even read this right now. I can't believe I'm about to find out my results. It is with great pleasure that I report your matriclan analysis determined your oh my god. I literally cannot speak straight. Focus. Let me start over. It is with great pleasure that I report our matriclan analysis determined your maternal lineage to be of European ancestry.
She's an Edomite. Hey, they saying she Edomite. Yeah. Hey man, you can't trust in Esau gadgets, man.
Belongs to a non-African lineage in the haplogroup H.
Ain't that something?
Our analysis encompasses hypervariable regions 1, 2, and 3. La da 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 da. You have inherited these segments of DNA from your mother, and they have been passed on consistently from mother to daughter over the past 500 to 2,000 years. So they are unique to your maternal lineage. We analyze the variants within these regions to determine the parts of your DNA that you share with people within specific ethnic groups. Are they trying to tell me I'm white? I'm so confused. Your variants listed below indicate DNA
Oh
sequence patterns
man.
that you share with European populations. The combinations of
According to
HLA
Esau, she's an
membership,
Edomite. According to her DNA.
the sequence similarity score
Esau full of
represents
lies,
a
man.
100%
Okay?
confidence level in your result. Haplogroup H.
Esau's full of lies, man.
100%. And then they have the nerve to say, we understand that this information may be difficult to absorb, you think? Especially if you were not aware of any European ancestry on your mother's maternal line. It is important to note that even though we did not find African ancestry for your maternal lineage, it does not mean that you are not African American. It does not mean that your mother is not African American, and it does not mean that you have no African ancestry anywhere in your family tree. Please feel free to contact one of the specialists in our offices that's other lineages that you can test to find your African roots. Do you guys see this? It legitimately says
European
you're
population.
not African. I really feel some type of way. Like, I really thought I was about to learn something really new and interesting about myself, and I haven't. So anyway, there's this other thing that they sent me, and then there's this sheet of paper that says European maternal results. What does this mean? Many people are confused as to how they received a non-African result. Please use the following information as a resource to help you explore your ancestry. There are very few people of African descent born in the Americas, Europe, or elsewhere outside of Africa that are 100% African. We know that. I already know this. The transatlantic slave trade and period of slavery created an environment in which people from all different countries and cultures were mixed. In fact, America is known as a melting pot. The master plan test only analyzed
That's
one
in the
of
Bible.
thousands of branches, lineages of your family tree. That one lineage represents your mother's 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 mother's.
See, they going off the mother side, man.
No, I don't even care. This was a waste of time and excitement and money, honestly, because I
Numbers 1:18 say you are what your father is, man.
spent hundreds of dollars on this test. Thanks for watching.
And there you go, man. Okay? There you go. Bugged out, man. She has been destroyed. She has been shut down, man. Okay? They done lied to her. Telling her basically that she's an Edomite. So that's to show you, man, how much these Edomites, man, okay? Tell you in Job, man, that they are all forgers of lies, man. They are all forgers of lies. That's what they do, man. They lie. Now, they reading to her off her mother's side.
Audiences have spoken.
Okay? They reading to her off her mother's side, man. According to the scriptures, man, you are what your father is, man. Okay, that's why I read Titus 1:14, man. Give no heed to Jewish fables, man. Those are all lies, man. You are what your father is. This is Exodus chapter 11 and verse 17. And it reads, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Okay? So like those women saying on the other little clip, back to the roots. Man, you are what your father is, man. Africa is not our homeland, man. Okay? Galatians 4:26 says Jerusalem is the mother of us all, man. Not Africa. So first off, they going off anyway, man, for even dealing with these ancestors, DNAs. Because Esau is going to fabricate everything, man. That's what he do. Matter of fact, I'm going to read it. This is Job chapter 14. Job chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value, man. All they do is lie, man. Okay? They are liars, man. That is what they do. They will not give you the truth, man. They are all forgers of lies, man. And I got another precept, which is in Apocrypha. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 51, verse 2. For thou art my defender and helper, and has preserved my body from destruction, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue, which is the Edomites, and from the lips that forge lies, and has been my helper against my adversary. Okay? Beautiful point. Read this again. For thou art, this is Ecclesiastes 51 and 2. For thou art my defender and helper, talking about the Most High Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai, and has preserved my body from destruction and from the snare of the slanderous tongue. Now let's look up the slanderous tongue in the Bible, man. Let's go back to what that's mentioned in the Bible. This is Psalms chapter 50. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 20. And it reads, Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thy slanderers, thy own mother's son. And that's talking about Esau. Okay? Thy sittest and speakest against thy brother, thy slanderers, thy own mother's son. So reading again in Sirach 51 and 2, it say, For thou art my defender and helper, and hast preserved my body from destruction, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue, which is the Edomites, and from the lips that forge lies, and has been my helper against my adversary. And our adversary is the Edomites. Okay? All 17 nations, but start with the Edomites. So they are slanderous, man. They are forgers of lies. Thus saith the scriptures. Thus saith Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. So with that, I hope you was edified. I want to say our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hope for the elect. I got one more precept. This is Isaiah 48, verse 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, Yasha'Allah, he prince of power, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah. Okay? Everybody come out of the waters of Judah, man. Read this again. Isaiah 48 and 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord Yahweh, and make mention of the power of Israel, but not in truth nor in righteousness. Listen, man. The point is, we come out of the waters of Judah, man. Okay? So with that, our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kodash. Shalom to the Akwa for listening and learning. Shalom.